Super Mario Kart is a 1992 go-kart racing video game developed by Nintendo EAD for the Super Famicom and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The first game of the Mario Kart series, it was launched in Japan on August 27, 1992, in North America on September 1, 1992, and in Europe on January 21, 1993. Selling 9 million copies worldwide, the game went on to become the third best-selling SNES game of all time. Super Mario Kart was re-released on the Wii's Virtual Console in Japan on June 9, 2009, North America on November 23, 2009, and in Europe on April 2, 2010. Super Mario Kart was re-released again on the Wii U's Virtual Console in Japan on June 19, 2013, Europe on March 27, 2014, and in North America on August 6, 2014. In Super Mario Kart, the player takes control of one of 8 Mario series characters, each with differing capabilities. In single-player mode, players can race against computer-controlled characters in multi-race cups over 3 difficulty levels. During the races, offensive and speed-boosting power-ups can be used to gain an advantage. Alternatively, players can race against the clock in a time trial mode. In multiplayer mode, 2 players can simultaneously take part in the cups or can race against each other one-on-one in match race mode. In a third multiplayer mode, battle mode, the aim is to defeat the other players by attacking them with power-ups, destroying balloons which surround each kart. Super Mario Kart received positive reviews and has been praised for its presentation, innovation and use of Mode 7 graphics. It has been ranked among the best games of all time by several organizations including Edge, IGN, The Age and GameSpot, while Guinness World Records has named it as the top console game ever. It is often credited with creating the kart racing subgenre of video games, leading other developers to try to duplicate its success. The game is also seen as having been key to expanding the Mario series into non-platforming games. This diversity has led to it becoming the best-selling game franchise of all time. Several sequels to Super Mario Kart have been released, for consoles, handhelds and in arcades, each enjoying critical and commercial success. While some elements have developed throughout the series, the core experience from Super Mario Kart has remained intact. Gameplay. Super Mario Kart is a kart racing game featuring several single and multiplayer modes. During the game, players take control of one of 8 Mario franchise characters and drive karts around tracks with a Mario franchise theme. In order for them to begin driving, Lakitu will come in with the traffic light hanging on a fishing pole, which starts the countdown. When the light turns green, the race or battle officially begins. During a race, the player's viewpoint is from behind his or her kart. The goal of the game is to either finish a race ahead of other racers, who are controlled by the computer and other players, or complete a circuit in the fastest time. There is also a battle mode in which the aim is to attack the karts of the other human players. Tiles marked with question marks are arrayed on the racetracks. They give special abilities to a player's kart if the vehicle passes over them. Power-ups, such as the ability to throw shells and bananas, allow racers to hit others with the objects, causing them to spin and lose control. A kart that obtains the star power-up is temporary and vulnerable to attack. Computer players have specific special powers associated with each character that they are able to use throughout the race. Lines of coins are found on the tracks in competitive race modes. By running over these coins, a kart collects them and increases its top speed. Having coins also helps players when their kart is hit by another. Instead of spinning and losing control, they lose a coin. Coins are also lost when karts are struck by power-ups or fall off the tracks. The game features advanced maneuvers such as power sliding and hopping. Power sliding allows a kart to maintain its speed while turning, although executing the maneuver for too long causes the kart to spin. Hopping helps a kart execute tighter turns. The kart makes a short hop and turns in the air, speeding off in the new direction when it lands. Reviewers praised Super Mario Kart's gameplay, describing the battle mode as addictive, and the single-player gameplay as incredible. IGN stated that the gameplay mechanics defined the genre. Modes: Super Mario Kart has two single-player modes, Mario Kart GP and Time Trial. In Mario Kart GP, one player is required to race against 7 computer-controlled characters in a series of 5 races, which are called cups. Initially there are 3 cups available, the Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup and Star Cup, at 2 difficulty levels, 50cc and 100cc. By winning all 3 of the cups at the 100cc level, a 4th cup, the Special Cup, is unlocked. Winning all 4 cups at 100cc unlocks a new difficulty level, 150cc. Each cup consists of 5 5-lap races, each taking place on a distinct track. In order to continue through a cup, a position of 4th or higher must be achieved in each race. If a player finishes in 5th to 8th position, they are ranked out, and the race must be replayed, at the cost of one of a limited number of lives, until a placing of 4th or above is achieved. If the player has no lives when they rank out, the game is over. Points are accrued by finishing in the top 4 positions in a race. 1st to 4th place receive 9, 6, 3 and 1 points. If a player finished in the same position 3 times in a row, then an extra life is awarded. The racer with the highest number of points after all 5 races have been completed wins the cup. In Time Trial mode, players race against the clock through the same tracks that are present in Mario Kart GP mode, attempting to set the fastest time possible. Super Mario Kart also has 3 multiplayer modes: Mario Kart GP, Match Race and Battle Mode. Match Race involves the 2 players going head-to-head on a track of their choice without any opponents. In Battle Mode, the 2 players again go head-to-head, but this time in one of 4 dedicated Battle Mode courses. Each player starts with 3 balloons around their kart, which can be popped by power-ups fired by the other player. The first player to have all 3 of their balloons popped loses. Characters: Super Mario Kart features 8 playable characters from the Mario series: Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Yoshi, Bowser, Donkey Kong Jr., Koopa Troopa and Toad. Each character's kart has different capabilities with differing levels of top speed, acceleration and handling. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Bowser and Toad returned in all of the subsequent Mario Kart games starting with Mario Kart 64. During races, computer-controlled characters have special items, or superpowers, which they are able to use. These powers are specific to each character. For example, Yoshi drops eggs which cause players who hit him to lose coins and spin, while Donkey Kong Jr. throws bananas. While some people might think these characters are 3D, they are only 2D. The characters are rendered as sprites portrayed from 16 different angles. The sprites were described as detailed by Nintendo Magazine System when the game was first reviewed and were thought to contribute to the spectacular graphics of the game as a whole. More recently, Nintendo Joe called the sprites not so pretty when they are rendered at a distance, and IGN has commented on the dated look of the game. Super Mario Kart was the first game to feature playable characters from the Mario series other than Mario or Luigi in a non-platforming game, and the selection and different attributes of the characters is regarded as one of the game's strengths. IGN describing a well-balanced, all-star cast. All of the characters present in Super Mario Kart have gone on to appear in all of the later games in the series, except for Koopa Troopa, who has only appeared intermittently after being replaced by Wario in Mario Kart 64. Donkey Kong Jr. was replaced by Donkey Kong, who has appeared in every Mario Kart game since. This was Donkey Kong Jr.'s last appearance as a playable character, except for the Mario Tennis sub-series. including installments on the Nintendo 64 and Virtual Boy. Tracks. The tracks in Super Mario Kart are based on locations in Super Mario World such as Donut Plains. Each of the 4 cups contains 5 different tracks for a total of 20 unique tracks. Additionally, there are 4 unique battle mode courses. The course outlines are marked out by impassable barriers and feature a variety of bends ranging from sharp hairpins to wide curves which players can power slide around. Numerous obstacles themed from the Mario series appear, such as thwimps in the Bowser's Castle tracks, the Cheeps from Super Mario World and Koopa Beach, and pipe barriers which are found in the Mario Circuit tracks. Other features include off-road sections which slow down the karts, such as the mud bogs in the Choco Island tracks. Each single-player track is littered with coins and power-up tiles, as well as turbo tiles which give the karts a boost of speed, and jumps which launch the karts into the air. The tracks have received positive commentary, with GameSpy describing them as wonderfully designed and IGN calling them perfect when naming its top 5 Mario Kart tracks of all time in 2008. 1UP.com named Battle Mode Course 4 at number 3 and Rainbow Road, along with its subsequent versions in the series, at number 1. The track themes in Super Mario Kart influenced later games in the series. Recurring themes that first appeared in Super Mario Kart include Haunted tracks, Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road. Some of the tracks from Super Mario Kart have been duplicated in later games. All 20 of the original tracks are unlockable as an extra feature in the Game Boy Advance sequel Mario Kart Super Circuit. Remakes of Mario Circuit 1, Donut Plains 1, Koopa Beach 2, and Choco Island 2 appear as part of the Retro Grand Prix series in Mario Kart DS. Remakes of Ghost Valley 2, Mario Circuit 3, and Battle Course 4 appear as part of the Retro Grand Prix and battles in Mario Kart Wii. Remakes of Mario Circuit 2 and Rainbow Road appear as part of the Retro Grand Prix in Mario Kart 7, and remake of Donut Plains 3 and once again Rainbow Road appear as part of the Retro Grand Prix and battles in Mario Kart 8. Development. Super Mario Kart was produced by Shigeru Miyamoto and directed by Tadashi Sugiyama and Hideki Kono. In an interview, Miyamoto has said that the development team originally set out to produce a game capable of displaying 2 players on the same game screen simultaneously. In the same interview, Kono stated that development started with a desire to create a 2-player racing game in contrast to the single-player gameplay of SNES launch title F-Zero. The team found that due to limitations of the SNES hardware, the strong focus on multiplayer prevented the inclusions of tracks as elaborate as those found in F-Zero. Computer and video games suggest that this initial emphasis on creating a 2-player experience is the reason for the game's horizontal split screen during single-player modes. The intention to create the racing modes of the game had been present from the start of the project, and battle mode was developed from the desire to create a one-on-one mode where victory was not determined simply by competing for rank. The game did not start out as a Mario series game, and the first prototype featured a generic man in overalls in the kart. The team decided that characters 3 heads tall would best suit the design of the karts. They did not decide on incorporating Mario series characters into the game until 2 or 3 months after the start of development. The choice was made after the development team, when observing how one kart looked to another driving past it, decided to see what it would look like with Mario in the kart. Thinking that having Mario in the kart looked better than previous designs, the idea of a Mario-themed racing game was born. Notable in the development of Super Mario Kart was its use of Mode 7 graphics. First seen in F-Zero, Mode 7 is a form of texture mapping available on the SNES which allows a plane to be rotated and scaled freely, achieving a pseudo-3-dimensional appearance. OneUp.com have credited the use of Mode 7 with giving the game graphics which at the time of release were considered to be breathtaking. Retrospective reflection on the Mode 7 visuals has been mixed, with IGN stating that the once revolutionary technology now looks crude and flickery, while the video game Bible describes them as beautiful, and adding to the game, Super Mario Kart featured a DSP chip. DSPs were used in SNES games as they provided a better handling of floating point calculations to assist with three-dimensional maths. The DSP-1 chip that was used in Super Mario Kart went on to be the most popular DSP chip to be used in SNES games. The music for the title was created by composer Soyo Oka.